Hello, this is Sergia Louise. We're going to be doing an Instagram live interview today with Kheanna Walker. I cannot wait to share this interview with you guys. She is an international performer. She's such a powerhouse on the pole, many titles behind her, and she actually comes from a cheerleading and synchronized swimming background, if I remember correctly. So we're going to bring her on. She is coming to us from Australia, where she is now located. And I was able to catch her just before she popped in to teach a class. Hi, Kheanna, how are you?
Hey, I'm good. How are you?
Good.
Nice to
So where are you?
finally meet
You
you.
too.
Where
Where
are
are
you right now? Oh, well, I'm in London.
Oh, you're in London.
Yes.
Got it. Hey,
Yes. I'm kind of like frolicking at the moment. So in the sense that I'm in London just for a short period of time. I'm not like actually like living here.
got it.
I'm doing the whole like traveling pole instructor thing at the moment. So, but my base is Montreal. That is my base.
Got it. Okay.
Yes. Yes.
A little bit about coming up through pole and where were you when you found pole and what kept you with it?
So I started pole in 2015 in Montreal. And I was just doing it for a sport, like, or a form of fitness, something to keep me busy. Because I've always loved fitness and movement. It's always been my passion in life. And yeah, I just took a class and I was like, okay, this is definitely something that's really special. There was just something very challenging about it, but I also knew that with practice, I can probably get pretty good at it because I do have a background in cheerleading as well as synchronized swimming. I've done track and field I did track and field for years. So it just there's a lot of things that I did in the past that have helped me like create or adapt to pole dancing quicker. Especially like something like cheerleading where you're doing a lot of active flexibility, you're doing a lot of power elements. Same as synchronized swimming, a lot of sharp movements, active flexibility once again. So there's just some things that definitely helped me with pole, and I'm very grateful for that because now it's like obviously my life.
Yeah, that's everything, huh?
Yeah, yeah, definitely. It's fun though. It's a great hobby and career path to have, definitely.
Yes, I know. I never believed that pole dancing out of all things would take me to see the world.
Yeah, seriously.
Like, right?
And
You kind of look at it and you're like, wow, that did that. That's really cool. That that was not in the plan.
it definitely was not in the
Yeah,
plan.
so cool. So tell me, I was looking through your bio and reading up about, you coming up through synchronized swimming and cheerleading and talking about how as an Afro-Asian woman in Montreal at the time working on those things, that you came up with some hardships here and there and ended up finding a home in pole. Do you mind chatting to us a little bit about that?
Yeah, it's more just the concept of identity. I grew up in predominantly white spaces my entire life, so finding or seeing representation, people that look like me in popular spaces, it just wasn't a thing. And I also did realize that a lot in the pole world when I first entered it. And now, of course, there has been a big change and there is a lot more diversity and representation in the pole world. But when I first started, I was definitely a very visible minority. So it's just been really interesting because now I've been in the industry for 10 years almost, and there are changes being made, and it's really great to see. And I really love, seeing safe spaces being created by people around the world, such as Black Girls Pole. Shout out to Delija as well as Black Stage. Shout out to Layla. So like, there's a lot of spaces that are now being created to represent minorities or people that have been culturally marginalized as well. So I'm really inspired by that, and I hope to also keep. I want to be able to push that even forward. I might not be doing it like so much right now, but that's definitely in my vision. I just want to be able to create spaces where like people can just be just feel welcomed and feel inspired that they can do that as well. Because sometimes if you see someone or you see a big group of people and no one looks like you kind of think that you might not be welcomed, or you also maybe think that maybe I don't have the traits that will allow me to excel in that skill. So it's really important. And I sometimes now get messages from other Black pole dancers and just pole dancers of color who told me that I was their first, pole dancer of color that they've been following for a while, and it's a really nice thing to know that there is an impact being made, and I'm very happy with that.
Yes, I know it's important, people when they get to see it and they find a place for themselves. Yeah, I've had Layla on this interview as well. She's doing amazing things out there with that. And I believe you've performed with her. Have you performed with her out yes, very cool.
Yeah, I've done Black Stage twice. I'm very, very grateful. I got to be I actually was part of the first ever Black Stage. That was in 2022. Yeah. Or 2021, sorry. Yeah, probably 2021. Anyways, and then after I got to be part of it again this year, just as an alumni um, or alumnus performer. So they brought me back, which was really, really nice. And definitely one of the highlights of my year.
Very cool. So
Yeah.
speaking of um, kind of the future, and you were saying down your path and down your road, you kind of see being able to create even more spaces like that. Where do you see you're super into your performance career right now, your teaching career. You've got those recent competitions behind your belt, in the last few years. Where do you see yourself in, 5, 10 years down the road in the pole space?
I would love to get involved in the retreat space. That is something that I want to definitely explore. I am a big fan of travel. I've been traveling for almost all of my 20s. I've been living abroad. So it just makes sense to me to combine travel with pole, which I'm of course already doing by teaching workshops, around the world. But the retreat space is just a little bit more. It's taking, workshops, but to that next level because you get to really spend time with people and hang out with them on a deeper level rather than just teaching a workshop and then leaving. So I would love to find ways to connect deeper with the people in my community. So that would be something that a retreat would allow. I'm already I'm going to be part of retreats in the next year. I'm already confirmed for some, but I would also like to one day maybe host a retreat as well. My sister and we work very closely together, and she's also very passionate about doing this. I see myself working alongside my sister and of course other people to make this happen. My sister actually has lived in different countries in Africa, so that would be a really cool thing to do. We've talked about it already. We've talked about it, but we're just trying to just take one step at a time at the moment.
Yes, and I believe that from what I saw, you have a lot of opportunities for people to train with you online, right?
I do, yes. I have an online training platform, and you can subscribe, and then you get full access to my whole entire video library, which has over 200 class recordings, taught by myself and also other elite instructors from all around the world. And basically, if it's something that I feel like I'm not the best at teaching, I rather someone who's a master at that to teach it. You know what I mean? So, for example, like handstands. I love a handstand, but like I rather uh, bring on someone that can do a handstand press up over and over again to teach her masterclass on handstands over me. And like it's and so basically that was kind of the whole concept, is bringing on people that are masters in their own style, and then after on top of that I teach what I feel like I'm good at as well. So you can really learn a massive variety of things, from spin flow to base work to choreo, flexibility, handstands. So yeah, that's pretty much it.
Awesome. And who would you say the platform is for? Like if you were to say, okay, the person who's going to get the most out of this is.
Definitely intermediates to advanced. There are a lot of all level classes, and there is a small amount of just beginner intermediate classes alone. So there are some for everyone. However, if you want to really, take your skills to the next level, intermediate, advanced, definitely. So being able to comfortably invert and do an outside leg hang. From there, you're pretty good. But once again, there are classes designed for all levels, and there is a small collection of beginner intermediate classes as well.
Got it. Wonderful. And for you, what would you say when you're touring and traveling? What is you usually have, your roster of classes. Which little niche and like which stuff is your favorite stuff to teach?
So because of my background, I definitely would consider myself a trickster. So I love aerial tricks. That is what really like makes me go, whew, when you just enter this peaceful zone of meditation and you're not really thinking. So yeah, definitely just doing aerial tricks. So whether it's spin flow or dynamic static, those two are like definitely my go-tos. I still love teaching choreo. Like just the other day, I was teaching a choreo class at a col de pole in London, and I honestly, after that class, I was like, that was so fun. Like I was in the best mood ever. It like I felt like I had drank 5 Red Bulls, but really I only had a coffee. And I drank, and I mean, sorry, and it was only like a 75-minute class, but it passed by so fast. So like I also love teaching choreo as well. I just think that because of my background in movement, aerial tricks and tricks just in general come easier to me, but still love teaching choreo. And I'll always add my like dynamic, sassy flair to my choreos as well. And even tomorrow, I'm teaching again a choreo class tomorrow, and I'm exploring a slower, sensual flow to a song by Billie Eilish, and I was like, you know what, this is different. I'm gonna explore and show maybe a different side of myself, and that's also fun too. I never want to put myself in a box, but like I said, there are some things that maybe just come more natural to me.
Yeah, awesome. Well, where can we find you? Where can we train with you? Where does your platform live?
So it's KheannaWalker.com, KheannaWalker.com. So that is where my online platform is. And then you could also message me on Instagram at Kheanna Walker. And if you want to visit my online platform's Instagram specifically for the online platform, it's Move with Kheanna. And that's
God,
it.
thank you so much. I know you have to run because you are teaching workshops today, so
Yeah.
enjoy. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it.
Yes, take care.
All
Bye.
right. Bye. Have a great day. Bye.